Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I want to talk about a very important conjunction that we've been looking at for a long time coming together, and it is the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. Now, they have been together in the same sign for quite some time, but the time that they will finally collide and exactly conjoin will be April 20th and 21st of 2024. Now, this is a radical conjunction. I've got lots to tell you about this, but before I do, I want to remind everyone to sign up for my free newsletter. Go to galacticcenter.org and you will get all of my predictions delivered to your email address every single week. So you won't want to miss that. And while you're at my website, I want you to pay attention. I am starting a new Patreon page. I am so excited about this. I hope you'll come join and be a member of my Patreon, because with that, you are going to get uncensored information. And I mean this, because we're going to come together as a community. You are going to get so many discounts and exclusive information that I won't have anywhere else. So check it out, see what I have offering. You will love it. So let me continue on to what's going on with these two planets. They've been together for a while in Aries. Uranus is the planet of change, of unpredictable change. It's things that happen when we least expect it, and it's sudden. So all in all, Uranus is the planet of change. When you put it with Jupiter, it's going to magnify this and make it big changes. Now, these planets come together about every 14 years, so this isn't so rare, but in the sign of Aries, coming together in the sign of Aries, we did track some certain times that they came together in the early part of Aries. And actually, there were all sorts of discoveries going on. And it was like the time Columbus came to America. But going back to where they were in the latter degrees of Aries, it was back so far that I gave up, because there wasn't anything historically that I could trace to that. But I want you to know what these planets mean, and we can piece it together to better understand what they're trying to tell us. Now, everyone says, why don't you tell us like where things are going to be happening? It's really hard to tell where, because we need a chart to compare it to, such as a country's chart, such as a city's chart, such as an individual leader's chart. So that's how we figure out where. But just knowing that they're coming together, there's going to be major changes everywhere. But remember, if I had your chart to look at and they came together on one of your planets, you better believe you're going to have a big change. But some of you, it won't affect you as much. But I will say this, in 2024, we are going to have the most ridiculous elections going on ever. This crazy politicians are going outlandishly off a ledge in so many ways. You're going to see it's mind-blowing. And I think this aspect tells a lot of this story. Unexpected radical changes that are happening with this aspect. So they're going to be at 27 degrees Aries, 38 minutes. Now, one thing I can get a sense and a feel for, Aries is the sign of new beginnings. It's a sign of pioneers, new starts. But it is in the Nakshatra Kritika. And the nakshatras can give us a more explicit meaning. Kritika is ruled by the sun, and its symbol is a sword or a razor. So it means cutting to the chase, no nonsense is allowed. And with all the nonsense that's been going on globally, this is going to cut to the chase. There's going to be an event that just blows it all up. Now, I tell you, it's April 20th and 21st. It could happen a month before or a month after. It's when these planets get close. And many times in the Vedic chart, they don't even put the degrees, although I've always told all my students, pay attention to the degrees, because that's when it gets more and more and more intense. But sometimes things happen just around the time. It doesn't have to be exact. The energy is so potent. That's when things are triggered. So that makes it a little difficult too, when you're trying to figure out exactly when something's due to happen. But we have other means to figure out, to whittle it down. So looking at it being ruled by the sun. What is the sun? Leadership. Who's leading? Who is in control? Who is in command? This is out of control is what it's trying to tell us. Now, one thing I love about Uranus, love this more than anything, I have always called it, its true name, the Great Awakener. So you're going to find that this is a time when people are actually waking up to the truth. What? About the politics, about the world, about leadership, about where we stand. But this has more details than that, because this can be a spiritual awakening, and it will. People are waking up. That's what this aspect means to me. There is a true great awakening globally in the world about consciousness, who we are, our sense of power, and what we can do with our own lives and manifest. This is a true awakening if you're ready to accept and own this. And I think you are. All of us are that are watching this channel right now. You're ready for the great awakening. And do we have to wait till April? No, they're together in the same sign right now, but they're going to get closer, and it's going to get stronger and more exciting. Now, also at this time, just to give you a feel of what's going on at the time, it's around April 4th that Mars and Saturn will come together around 20 degrees of Aquarius. Now, why is that significant? Because Uranus and Jupiter are in Aries. That's ruled by Mars. So the dispositing planet will speak volumes of what's going on. And so Mars being in Aquarius, and it is right there where we're dealing with deep discoveries and things in the sign of Aquarius. It's in that nakshatra, Shatabhishak, around that nakshatra that deals with deep, profound discoveries in healing. Our world is waking up. I love this aspect. So what I'm trying to tell you now is that Jupiter, Uranus coming together in a conjunction, they're dispositing planets Mars. But Mars being where it is represents that this new awakening will probably have something to do with new discoveries in health and healing, as well as what have I been talking about? That particular placement in Aquarius around that area deals with the Sky Watcher. And that pertains specifically, yes, to the healer. So the healer, the Sky Watcher, what is going to come out of this great awakening? Yes, aliens, connection to extraterrestrials. That's the kind of aliens I'm talking about. As well as new modalities for healing. Maybe we're going to be helped with some higher intelligence. This is an awakening of great magnitude, and it's going to change all of our lives if you listen and you're aware. Absolutely change our lives. So I love this exciting conjunction, the Great Awakener, and it is a spiritual awakening for all of us. We're also ready for this. We're sick and tired of the way things have been. We need positive change, reinforcement. Yes, it's going to be a big blowout when everyone gets it. Well, not everyone's going to get it, but if you want to get it, you will. This is a huge opportunity. So I'm going to be talking a little bit more about the planets' movements, because another thing that will happen soon after this, well, it's actually in the year of 2025, but it is giant. And I think this is all going to be fueled by all the political stuff that's about to go on in 2024. So coming into 2025, we have Saturn, March 29th, will go into Pisces. And when it does, it's going to conjoin Rahu May 29th. This is both 2025. So March 29th, Saturn goes into Pisces 2025. And then a few months later, in May 29th of 2025, Rahu is going to switch into Aquarius, where Ketu will go into Leo. But April 21st, in between this time that we have this, where we have this kind of crossing of Rahu and Saturn, when they do conjunct, it will be April 21st, 2025. That's going to be when we have Saturn and Rahu exactly conjoined. But just the fact that they're together in Pisces, you can expect all sorts of calamities dealing with floods, with the usual floods, storms, all of that. But most of all, what I found in the year that Saturn was with Rahu in Pisces was assassinations. That was the year that Robert Kennedy and Martin Luther King Jr. were assassinated. And that was 1968. Saturn, Rahu in Pisces. You see, these planets do come together a lot, such as Saturn conjoins Rahu about every 11 years. But what I'm talking about is the particular sign it's in. It takes a lot longer for them to evolve and come back together in a particular sign. And that's what I'm talking about in Pisces. So it's been a while since they've been in Pisces, and this is going to be monumental for radical shifts and changes with governments, with leaders. But most of all, what I want you to focus in on is this great awakening of Jupiter and Uranus. We have this to look forward to around April 20th and 21st of 2024 in the sign of Aries. New beginnings, new healings, new inventions. That's what Uranus rules as well. Inventions and coming together with Jupiter. Jupiter expands everything it's next to. So major, powerful inventions, machinery, as well as healings. This is about to abound, but more than anything, here's what I want you to know. It's going to be a spiritual awakening. For all of us that want to grow spiritually, this is the time. It's going to be phenomenal. So with that, I'd like to close. If you would like more information on me, you want to join our Patreon page, go to my website, galacticcenter.org. And remember, if you want to learn Vedic astrology, become my student. I have an online university, self-paced, can join anytime. Go to universityofvedicastrology.com. Thank you.